Well, I'm out here again today. It's pretty cold. I'm shooting again, going to do a range test on this K31. There's my lane. Shooting 100 yards. Some hand-loaded ammunition. I'll probably try some GP11 ammo too out of it. This is a 1947, I believe, K31 Beechwood stock. Stock is in great shape, but it does have some discolorations on it from a little bit of previous use. This is was sent to the arsenal apparently. It still had an arsenal tag on it that showed it was inspected. I do believe it was rebarreled. I think this is a brand new barrel on it. So it's tight. It checks tight. It is tight. So this, as you can see, I put my fancy diopter sights on it so I can see something down there when I try it today. But I've kept it in its original bluing. The bluing on it is still looks pretty much to be 100%. Like I say, Beechwood stocks are tough to deal with, although I think technically they're a little bit superior to walnut stocks because it's a denser wood, it's more rigid, but cosmetically not so much, because any discoloration that happens to get into the Beechwood is there permanently. It'll never come out, and I'll be damned if I'm going to ruin the stock by sanding it all down till it comes out. But nevertheless, the discolorations you see are very superficial. This actually has very few marks on the stock itself. A couple, but not many. The stock is rock solid. It's I put a brand new reproduction sling on it, as you can see. Cleaned up real nice. It all went together well. It all bedded real well, so I don't see any reason why this shouldn't shoot excellent today. I've never taken any, well, I take that back. I just took a couple of sighter shots on it. I did a bore sight on it. I took a couple shots just to make sure it was going to be on paper for me. But I'm going to see if I can't get it to throw a couple of groups for me here. I may try some GP11 ammunition too, but I know I'm going to shoot some hand-loaded ammunition. I've got some 168 grain Hornady match on top of AR Comp, 42 grains of that, CCI bench rest primers, and I think it should shoot pretty well. This is all numbers matching rifle, receiver, bolt sleeve, stock, magazine, barrel, all that stuff. And so anyways, let's see how we're doing on this today, okay? Okay, let's see if we can throw some lead down range with this thing. I say I just got done putting this together, going through it, cleaned it up a little bit, detailed it out somewhat, checked all the measurements, barrel, headspace, all that stuff. This is mechanically, this rifle's basically brand new, I do believe. Like I say, I still have an arsenal tag that came with it. I think it was sent through the arsenal to be re-inspected and have whatever they needed to do to it, and then it was probably put back into storage for who knows how long. So I'm going to take a couple of shots here. First I'm going to start out, like I said, I've taken a couple of shots with this already, just to make sure my bore sight, my bi-eye bore sight is good on it. And I've got another camera set up down range to register my hits. And this is the last round. This was actually 168 grain Hornady match round on top of 43 grains of AR Comp. The rounds I'm actually going to be shooting for group are a grain less at 42 grains of AR Comp. So let's give it a try. See where it'll end up. Do a little focus job on my look and see where that went. It's not too bad. That's 3 o'clock on the 9-10 ring. Line between the 9 and 10 ring, 3 o'clock. Elevation is perfect. It's a little bit to the right, which is good. I want to take and move this guy back another 4 clicks to the, move it back, or it's, yeah, to the right. I'm going to move this thing. Give it 4 clicks windage to move that bullet impact to the right a little bit. And now these are the 168 grain, 168 grain match with 42 grains of AR comp powder. Take a look. It's a very good shot right there. That is about 530, well inside the 10 ring. It's a little bit underneath the orange bullseye. Good. Try another one. Got a nice trigger on it. Very crisp trigger. Very smooth, long first stage is typical on these, and they break very cleanly. About the same elevation. However, I did pull it a little bit to the right. Trying a little different front post on the front globe sight. And I don't know, we'll see if it works or not. Back up in the 10 ring, maybe 330, maybe a ½ inch off of the orange. Still, again, we're all a little bit right. I'm going to give it a couple more clicks to the left. See if we can move this thing on over to get it more and more towards the bullseye. Just underneath the orange, pretty much 6 o'clock. It's good. I'm going to give it a click up though. See if we can get this thing dialed. And these things are smooth. It's about 11 o'clock now. It's just off of the orange bullseye. I can tell from my sight adjustments. This rifle's accurate. It's responding to the sight adjustments the way you would expect it to, or the way you would want it to. So, regardless of how well I shoot or not, I'm getting a level of confidence in this. This rifle, apparently, I'll bet you this rifle with a competent shooter at the trigger. This thing is probably a tack driver. Just starting to make a mess out of that 10 ring spot now. It is not too bad. It's right in there again, right in that 10 ring. Just underneath the orange bullseye. if I can get a bullseye out of this thing. See if I can hold that orange bullseye. Gotta stop. If I take too long, my eyes won't focus. Focus. Bam! That is the orange. That is the orange. That's a bullseye. This rifle's accurate. This rifle is deadly accurate. I'm going to call this another Lencac success. Although I have to say, I've never ran into a K31 I didn't like or that didn't shoot completely off the hook. On a bad day, they shoot better than most others of its contemporaries on their best day. Well, let's see if that would prove that. It's 10 rounds with a couple of sight adjustments in there. Oh yeah, that's orange again. It's another bullseye. That's very good. I'm going to go down range, put some stickies on my target, and I think I'm going to shoot some GP11 ammo out of it. So let's give that a try. Well, there's my 10-shot group. I'm trying to remember. I think that was my first shot. Then my second one. It looks like I threw it a little bit. Started playing with it, did a couple of sight adjustments. I had one go a little high after an elevation adjustment. And then my last two that I was trying to hit orange on were this one and this one. This is 9, this is 10. So that rifle responded well. That's a good shooting rifle right there. Whoever ends up with that thing is going to be very pleased with it. So I'm going to cover up the holes, and I'm going to try some GP11 ammo out of it. I'm going to run a half a dozen rounds of GP11 through this thing. Let's see what it does. I've just got done shooting 10 rounds, Hornady 168 grain match bullets. So the sights are zeroed for that round. Be a little bit interesting to see how the point of impact changes, switching from that directly to some GP11 ammo. So let's see how it goes. Fill up the magazine. Yeah, that's interesting. That's 11 o'clock, about 2 inches high, maybe an inch to the left. Try another one. Like I say, I haven't made any sight adjustments to this since I shot the hand-loaded ammunition through it. Probably won't, no need to. That is right on top of the orange. Almost touching orange. Gotta pick Oh yeah, that is almost through my last shot. It put it this way, it's knocking the stickies off that I put on there from the previous group. That's pretty tight. that is. It's almost scary tight. It's hard to say. I think they're all going through the same hole, or damn close to it. This one's going to take the video to see. Huh. Good, that's excellent. This is a deadly accurate rifle. I know there's walnut ones that I've had that are more appealing cosmetically, but damn, this thing is accurate as hell. Especially with GP11 ammo. I think we're gonna have to go to the video replay on this thing. That's scary tight down there. That's pretty scary right there, boys and girls. That's GP11 ammunition. Of course, I had the thing sighted in for the hand loads I shot through it previously, so I didn't really expect it to be in the exact same point of impact, but that was my first shot out with the GP11, trying to get a feel for where it was going to go. I saw it was going a little high, so I held down a little bit on it, but they're all right in there. Given the last two shots I took with the hand-loaded ammunition, which were both in the orange, that's a string of real tight shooting right there. That rifle is deadly, deadly accurate. That's superb. I love it. I'm going to set up this camera to snoop down range. I'm going to take some shots at that post down there. That's at 200 yards. Let's take some shots at it, see what happens. Well, I had some really good success with shooting at 100 yards at the target. Everything panned out well. Shot the hand loads excellent. Shot the GP11 ammunition super excellent. Half a dozen of those. I'm going to take take some shots at the steel post. I can see it pretty well. Lighting's halfway decent. Let's put about 5 of these things in here. These are the 168 grain Hornady match rounds on top of 42 grains of AR comp powder. According to the burn rate chart, AR comp powder is very similar to 4064. And I don't have any 4064 at the moment, but I do have some of this stuff, so hey, I want to use up what I got. So let's take a shot, see if we can get a hit. See if we can get a hit down there on that post. Oh yeah. If you've ever been disappointed in the shooting sports and lost interest because the rifles you have just don't seem to do what you think they should, get rid of all that trash. Get yourself a K31. You won't be disappointed. That's almost too easy. That's almost too easy. I would never go as far as to say it is too easy. 'Cause then you end up missing. That makes me laugh. That's the steel post at 200 yards. Almost feel sorry for it. Almost. Yep. It's like a Cadillac with an automatic transmission. Boy, it annihilated the post. Well, I hit everything I wanted to. A+. This thing rocks.